Welcome to the Talking Sport Report podcast with Scotty and Ego. Unbelievable.
It is the Talking Sport Report. Can you believe it, Scotty? This is episode number 20.
Oh, I'm surprised. Surprised you got past one.
Yeah, if you carry the 4 and add, we've been going for 20 weeks.
Remainder 7. Yeah, you're right. Add the crayon. Yeah, that's
Can you believe that we've actually made 20? And this is the best part. This podcast, we've done 20 weeks in a row. We haven't had a break. We've just been going.
Company men.
It's hardly work, I guess, when you think about it. Like, we shouldn't be bragging about the fact we've gone 20 weeks in a row every Sunday night for an hour. Jeez.
And that's the other thing too. We don't make money. We just lose it every week on the punt.
Exactly. So if you have been here with us for the 20 weeks, we massively thank you. We've been getting some great listens through our podcast we chuck up on your favorite podcast app, and of course the full video we chuck up each week on YouTube. But episode 20, Scotty, we are heavy into the NRL tonight. We're going to touch on some of the most frustrating players in the NRL right now, the most underrated, go through where we think our team of the year is. We're going to do a draft style format like we did last week. Go one for one. This time you can pick any position and force your hand on trying to pick the best players first before the other person comes over the top.
That stresses me out.
Really I think the big thing is going to be who gets to pick Noakanitawase.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like he's our cult following at this podcast, and it sucks that he's now no longer going to be around. But that guy can't do any wrong. But let's get kicking off with NRL questions that just need to be answered. We've just watched the 4 games over the weekend. You know what? It's the last time in 2025 that we're going to have at least 4 games of rugby league on the TV. I mean, that's sad in itself, isn't it?
With yourself, like this is kind of like when you have the 3 month period without Premier League. You may have to help raise your children.
Yeah, no, I'll find an excuse. I hear there's a new French league of darts coming out.
That's so good.
Yeah,
that's great.
So I think I'll find something. And the good part is cricket does start soon. And
1st of October.
One thing about cricket, Scotty, and you'll know this, you have to really get stuck into cricket early.
Yes.
Start to watch good hours before the action starts.
Well, you're going to miss the plot.
Yeah.
It's like joining into a movie late. You miss the start. Yeah. You just don't know where you're up to. That's it. You're done. You're cool.
Exactly. So NRL question number 1.
Hit me.
The Roosters.
Yes.
They're imposters.
No, I wouldn't say imposters. You know yourself, in any game, you can come out with a full-strength side and it's just not your night. I don't think imposters. The form they hit at the back end of the year, I thought they should have been higher. Obviously, they weren't, hence why they're out after 1 loss. But it was such a disappointing end to their season. The way they started, they had all the possession. Noakanitawase crossed over paying $7. That was basically write your own check every week.
It's like, raise your hand who didn't get that as your first prize scorer. Like exactly. that is a guaranteed one, isn't it?
Exactly.
Why'd you have that in your tip of the week?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. That's a very good question. But I don't think imposters. Okay. Although I was going to say I'd probably pick them to finish a bit higher next season, but you don't know what's going on with this Cherry Evans stuff in the background. And look, I was talking to a mate, the Savi, and I said to him that I read they're expecting an announcement on Cherry Evans soon, and he's a Roosters fan, and his response was, I hope not. So,
wow, that's a Roosters fan.
Well, it's just now a question of, if they bring him in, does he improve the side? Do they finish higher? Because honestly, I think they're better off without him. I don't think they're imposters. I just think they were unlucky. Just wasn't their night.
It probably ties in really nicely to our second question. The Sharks played their grand final this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Although, mind you, we did sit here last week and just write them off, and we've written them off all at the back end. Like no one talks about them. I had no idea until last night. I think they'd won 7 of their last 8.
Yeah.
It's like they just kind of fly under the radar. If you're not a Sharks fan, you don't talk about them. You don't think about them. You don't give them a second thought. You do not care. So I think, yes, that was their grand final. Do I expect them to come out and really put up a fight against Canberra? Not a chance. Not a chance.
You got to think in the nation's capital next week.
Yeah.
The Raiders. I mean, they've got their own problems to overcome. But you'd think the Roosters should have put them away last night. They had all the ball. They basically had at the start of the second half. I thought, oh no, the Sharks were shot. They couldn't get. I think their first 2 or 3 sets of 6, they couldn't get off their 20-meter line.
Yeah, they were cooked.
The Roosters just couldn't hang on to the ball. And I've never seen the Roosters attack on the line that blunt. Like, they just could not get over the line to save themselves. And it was quite crazy for them to go into halftime down. So, yeah, I'm sort of with you. I don't know whether the Roosters are imposters, but goddamn, they showed why they were not higher than 8, because that's the performance you're going to put in week 1 of the finals.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to be there, pretty much. Like,
that's exactly
you can't
right.
claim anything else. You can't claim anything else. So, I think that's a big one. But the Sharkies, they were up for it. They were pumped. They had the crowd behind them.
Yeah.
The best thing Nico Hines did all night was he gave the crowd a rev up. He was like going, "Come on!" Like that was kind of his biggest moment.
That's his season highlight. That's his season highlight.
Mate, that guy has changed. We'll talk about him a bit later on. All right, here's another one for you. Storm, 80 minutes from another grand final.
That's
looking likely, isn't it?
Honestly, could not believe it. I didn't have much hope for them, but they were quality. There was a 40-20 in there. In saying that, the Bulldogs have come away from this looking like a casualty ward. They've started the finals the way Souths ended it, with almost every decent player crook. Just cooked, injured, sore, charged with high tackles, you name it. I can't believe
it. The other thing that happened out from the Bulldogs, like, this is how bad it's going. When Gus Gould got out of the commentary box to head down after the game, he pulled a hammy.
I thought you were going to say broke his hip.
well, that too. Like, they could not. I reckon they would have went out to get in their bus to go home, and it would have been a flat tire.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And they would have got every red light. Like, I don't know what they've done. Gus has either eaten the cat or kicked the cat or something under a ladder, because they've had some terrible luck the last few weeks.
Do you feel for the doggies? They were sensational for the first 14, 15 weeks. They were fantastic. The whole Lockie Galvin thing kicked off, and they kind of went to shit a bit. Got to the point where they struggled against top 4 or top 8 sides. Do you feel for them, or do you feel more for their supporters, or you just do not give a shit?
You do, because I think they were the story of last year, weren't they? Like, you think about the top 8 last year, and the doggies were like, wow, they're back in after all these bad years. They're back, and I guess this is kind of one of those great scenarios where it's kind of a lesson to all clubs. Don't go changing the nucleus of your club halfway through a season, because there's a reason why preseason is so important. And you see these clubs that have really shoddy, preseasons, and how they come out and start the year poorly, or some clubs have bad preseasons and they don't get back on track for the whole year.
Like the Titans.
So if you're gonna, if you're gonna have a change like they've made in the middle of the year, like, that's going to be hard to right that ship. But look, you can't. I mean, they put up. That was a gutsy performance down there in Melbourne. You kind of would think that maybe without the injuries, do the Bulldogs win?
Honestly, wouldn't have put it past them.
Yeah,
would not have put it past them. I mean,
the great game
come back out, but even him being off for the time he was, you could tell that hurt. Crichton's a huge loss, and now what? There's Sexton. Sexton's going for scans now. Poor guy's just been sitting in the cold for how long, and comes back, and it looks like he's going for scans on a sternum injury. The poor bastard. Jeez. I think you are right. Without those injuries, I think the doggies win that. Yeah. Ultimately, they didn't, and here we are.
Crazy, isn't it? All right, the next one, the Panthers. Are they warming up, or are they 80 minutes away from being knocked out? It's interesting. Like, that was a game that we said the Warriors were making up numbers, and it turns out, I mean, they kind of were, But with 20 minutes to go, that was a very open game, and the Warriors were growing in confidence based on the fact they were at home. They had the home crowd behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And, probably a forward pass in that that midfield bomb from Cleary. And then obviously the intercept takes the game away from them. But, say that forward pass gets called, are we sitting here going, oh my God, I can't believe the Warriors upset the Panthers in week 1?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. What was it? There's 15 to go, and it was 12-8.
Yeah.
It was, you're right. The way it was looking, it was now at the point where I was kind of sitting back going, shit, Penrith could be done. That could be it.
Crazy, isn't it?
Again, that's football. That is absolutely unbelievable. It's a weekend where we know finals football and we know how good finals football is, but it's just a weekend where so much happened. It was just a case of holy shit, and this is only week 1. Like you said, it's now disappointing that we've only got 2 games next weekend.
Yeah. It's crazy to think, because you look at this now and you go, okay, they were the standout, like, of all the score lines, how close everything kind of was. That was the one blowout.
Yeah, and it was only 16 points.
Yeah.
And like you said, intercept at the end.
But do you feel like now, like the Panthers could have fallen any better for them? They now take on the Bulldogs, who are essentially going to run out, their reserve grade team, or players from that kind of matter, because they've just lost players everywhere, as you pointed out. So they come in full strength. They knock over the Bulldogs, which wouldn't surprise many people, given the fact that the Panthers don't have a home. I think it's why they love this. So the Panthers finished 7th. So they don't even care about finishing top 4 when you think about this, because they don't actually have a home ground this year. Their ground's getting bulldozed right now, remade.
Good point.
So, they don't care, and they know half the teams still in the comp are Sydney teams.
That's a very good point.
Canberra team, and they're going to have to travel anyway. Who gives a shit? So now they come back to Sydney for this game against the Bulldogs, half-cocked Bulldogs, basically.
Depleted.
Then they go from there to playing the Broncos in Brisbane, which is tougher. But do they have their number up there? I mean, they've done pretty well against them. You think about that grand final, but
do you know what? That if they knock over the Dogs, short price favourites to do so, them playing Brisbane, dead set. Even that's a game where you could sit back and go, I'd be happy if that's the grand final this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to be.
Yeah.
But some of these matchups now, some of these games are just going to be fantastic. You watch, we're hyping them up. It will come out next week, and one game will finish 4-0, and then the other game will just be a fucking blowout.
Well, imagine that, though. You literally could have Broncos, Panthers. Think about, your ultimate round, if you want a good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos, Panthers in Brisbane, and then Melbourne and Canberra in Melbourne. Both of those will be very happy. This is why it's just amazing. The football is going to be so good.
Do you know, all I took from that is we have another potential of a Melbourne-Penrith grand final, and I don't know if anyone wants that outside of a Melbourne or Penrith supporter.
Yeah. When the Storm won on Friday night, I thought, oh, there you go. Yep. They're now on the other side of the draw. That's interesting.
And they're only going to get players back.
But the next question we have is the Raiders. They just can't handle the finals yet.
No, I wouldn't say they can't handle it, because they were sensational, except for that 14 minutes at the end. And
that was bad. That was classic. We haven't been here before. We don't know how to stop the momentum, and this moment is becoming too big.
That's a good point. It is a very good point. One thing I did take from that, there's 2 premature celebrations.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Anyone that isn't a Canberra fan, I think absolutely enjoyed that. The premature celebrations, watching them get called back, the heartbreak, and then when the camera panned the crowd at full time after that field goal, just the look of absolute disappointment and I guess disbelief on some of those fans' faces were, I won't say it was sensational, because my team have done nothing at all this year, so I'm not going to take the piss. But you could tell it hurt. And now I get the feeling it's you might be right. Is this now a question where their fans are sitting there going, shit, do we have it in us? Because it's all well and good to win that minor premiership, but if you go out in straight sets, did it matter? You know what I mean? Like,
that's probably some of the worst football I've seen from a club that just won the minor premiership, right? As you pointed out, like that was just, they were just scoring for fun, which kind of leads us nicely into our final question. The Broncos are a one-man team. Because think about this. Walsh gets sent off for 10 minutes. The Broncos turn into, I don't know, reserve grade Broncos. They were just all over the shop. And they turned into the Titans / the Knights.
Yep.
So they basically, and I know they were down an extra player after that with their 2 sim binnings, but still, they were just shocking. And the Raiders just ran all over them to get to the point where I almost turned it off. I was like, oh, well, this is done. The Raiders have done it. Then Walsh comes back on and after giving the run, giving the bird to the people hanging over the rafters, giving it to him, you can tell that those guys are now they owe Canberra something because they fired him up. He came out, kicked his second 40-20 for the night.
Unbelievable.
And just went like a man possessed.
Yeah.
Probably should have got a 40-meter drop kick as well. I mean, that was unlucky on his – like, if he plays like that, is he the best player in the game? Because I don't think – that's amazing.
This is – and we've said this before, he is now showing why he's getting paid what he's getting paid. I don't know what's happened. Obviously, something's gone on behind the scenes, but he has just turned into a man possessed. He is, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, I wrote them off hard. To me, once they lost Reynolds, once they lost Mam, to me, they were done. That was it. Yeah. They were going to scrape into the 8 and they were going to go out pretty quickly. They have just been sensational to the point where, listening to a bit of chatter today, people thought Reynolds was getting named and they 100% were like, well, I'm just going to throw everything I've got on Canberra to win this because they'll do it with ease. So this is now, like, what does Madge do? Does he bring Reynolds back in when he's fit? Because
very tough.
They don't, I'll be honest, they don't need him. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Poor bastard just wanted to play football, does his hammy, and now his team is better off without him.
I think every single non-Broncos fan is going, bring
Reynolds in there.
Get Mam back. Give Mam the captaincy. Bring them all back in. Let's see how the fireworks kick off from there. Because you think about that, like, even Walters at the 6, like he played a good game. Like he was good. One of those tries down the corner in that 14-minute stretch was kind of a lot of his work with his, the draw and pass. So it's just a weird one. But I mean, you take Reece Walsh out of that team, that was going to be easily the biggest win of the weekend in terms of how further the Canberra Raiders were going to go by that scoreline. Absolutely no word of a lie. And then Reece Walsh comes out, just inhaled the demon of something backstage, and then comes out, just healed. Like what? He was just possessed.
There was 2 things that have really set in that I've taken from this weekend. Number 1, if today's game was the grand final, you'd be absolutely stoked to have seen it. It was the comeback. It was full of action. There was headbutts. There was, it was amazing. So that's number 1. And the second thing I've taken from this weekend, we now do not have a reason moving forward to just randomly throw out Nawaqanita Waze. I want to miss saying that every fucking week.
Can I say, as another question, is there anything that guy can't do? Like, did you watch that? The game was nuts. Like, he was just doing stuff where he was like some of the passes he was throwing, some of the tackles he was busting through, some of the kicks he had, like almost turned something into nothing at the end of the game there that gave them a slight hope of coming back. Like that guy, he's going to go back to the Wallabies. You can just feel it now. Like he's going to go, he didn't answer that question. He's probably going to go back, play for the Wallabies for the World Cup, then maybe comes back to the Roosters. It would be such a shame.
Oh, 100%. There was one point there. There was one point there during the game. I think he got pushed into touch, but I don't know how he done it. He's managed to stay in the air, and even the commentator said he is just levitated to get that ball back into play. That guy is a freak. And you said it, and you're 100% right. If he leaves, it is going to be such a loss for punters, because it's just write your own check.
Yeah.
And for the game, like he has he's scored more tries than he's played NRL games, which is unbelievable. Yes, he's a winger, but you look, some wingers will play a full season and score 14 tries.
Yeah.
That guy has just come out and he's played 27 games and scored 28 tries, something like that. That's probably way incorrect, but I believe he's scored more tries than games, and that is absolutely sensational. Those stats.
Probably scored more tries than Newcastle Knights scored all year. Solo, which is probably not that. Most wingers did. to be fair,
it's a good point, actually.
But you get what I'm talking about.
That's so good.
One other thing I think before we move on is we heard the word that Jerome Hughes. We say Nawakani Tawaze is potentially levitating like he's another worldly angel, whether he is Jesus himself, I don't know. But Jerome Hughes, forget about turning water into wine. He's turned a broken arm into a non-broken arm. There's reports that he's going to be back for the prelim final.
Some form of
Does that scare you?
Some form of witchcraft going on there.
They are having a seance. What do they call them? Those
Sayers, like the Ouija board.
Yeah, the Ouija board. They are doing some weird shit down there. And you know what annoys me the most about this Melbourne setup is they've now got 2 weeks to do more Ouija board shit on Jerome's arm. And he might come back with an arm like, Colossus out of the X-Men. Like he might just be Bionic Man.
This is like some kind of Harry Potter shit. They've got something going on. This is honestly, what was it? His season was over. Like he fractured or either way, you're looking at like 6 weeks at least. I don't know, but that might play. I might bring that up soon because we're going to go through headlines.
Yes. Okay.
So that may get a mention.
Very good.
That may get a mention.
All right. Well, we did mention this earlier. There are some frustrating plays in the NRL, and I think this first week of finals round has really raised some very interesting frustrations. So, Scotty, without further ado, let's go through the most frustrating players currently in the NRL. I'm going to kick it off. Harry Grant.
Oh, why?
This guy is phenomenal, and that's why he's frustrating.
Okay.
This guy knows the rule book back to front. He knows to run out and run into Leota to cause a penalty when Nathan was going for the drop goal in that Panthers game. He knows he's learned off Cameron Smith. He knows when to talk to the refs, when to get a penalty. He's just the smartest, I think the best player in the game right now. I think he's number one. I think without a shadow of a doubt. And that's why it's frustrating. Unless you're a Melbourne Storm fan, you are frustrated, but you got to take your hat off to him. The guy is friggin' awesome. He's frustrating.
He is brilliant.
Yeah. Who's frustrating you in the NRL right now?
Honestly, Lockie Galvin. We have talked about him and talked about him and talked about him. Honestly, I would be, if you could pull highlight package from Friday night's game, I don't think he'd feature in any of them. Any of them.
I think he did a good high five after one of the tries.
Even then, he probably missed.
He probably did a little bit, yeah.
Even overshadowed by Sexton, who's just been sitting out in the cold, biding his time, comes on. He's on for 6 seconds and scores, brings them back into it. They were, they were behind at that point. Comes on, first touch, comes off his knee, try time. I believe in that 7-second stretch, he done more than Galvin done in 80 minutes.
Absolutely.
All that hype, all that story, all that media attention, frustrating.
Can I add another one to that? Another Bulldog to that list of most frustrating players? Burton. That guy, the reason why I say that is you look at him playing in the centres. How friggin' awesome was he in that game in the centres? Like almost unstoppable. That try he scores, you're like 90% of centres don't score that try, and that would be him weekly. If you think about your centre combination of having Crichton and Burton. And then you have Lockie Galvin at 6 and Sexton at 7. Like it's almost like this great thing, but he's very passionate about it being a 6. I don't think he's one of the best 6s in the game, that's for sure.
I agree.
And he's got a big kick. Okay, cool. Guess what? You take 4 steps to the right and you do the kick for them on the 5th tackle, and then you go back to centre. Like surely that can't be hard to organise.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. All right, I'm going to take one from your list. frustrating. Reece Walsh.
Yeah,
Like, in
absolutely.
all honesty, like, how much shit did that guy cop all season? You know,
Yeah.
he's overhyped, he's overpaid, he's not as good as people make out. He comes out, he has single-handedly, in my opinion, carried this team into a week off, literally 80 minutes away from a grand final.
Yeah, giving them a home prelim final too.
Yeah.
Which is huge. You
Now,
can't
the
underestimate that.
only question is, does the headbutt get looked at?
Yeah, well, that's why he's frustrating, isn't he? Because he can have a game where he just completely goes missing, or he tries. I remember at the midway through the season, he was throwing passes and they were going into the front row and a meter behind people, and intercept passes and kicks out on the full, all that kind of stuff. And then he plays 14 minutes of the best football anyone's probably ever seen.
Yep.
And just goes next level. And you go, where's that guy every week? Do you need to headbutt someone to get sent to the bin to bring out the demon? Or is it? But it's just so frustrating. So I agree. He's right up there.
That's frustrating as well. It's now reading a little bit of chatter on there. People think that this headbutt is going to get looked at this week.
You reckon he gets time?
Well, it's hard because you know yourself, you can't predict the NRL. What they can penalise tonight, they'll let go on Friday next week. Or, what got 2 weeks last time might get a fine this time. You can't predict it. I'll be honest, if I'm a Broncos fan, I worry until maybe Thursday or Friday.
Could you imagine the conspiracy theories that would be going around, because we know that it's a guaranteed Sydney team that's going to be playing the Broncos in Brisbane.
Yeah.
And it could be the Panthers. What's one way to guarantee the Panthers make the finals? Get rid of the one-man team. Get rid of Reece Walsh. So could you imagine
that?
Remember how upset all the Cowboys fans were back in the years when they've, the famous 7-tackle set.
Yep.
It's always been this thing where the NRL is based in Sydney, so it's always going to be very corrupt for anyone who's a Sydney team over the Broncos and over the Queensland teams. This would just be another one if this ended up happening.
It'll be an interesting couple of days. If this just goes unpunished, so be it.
Yeah.
But 100%, if I'm a Brisbane fan, there's just a part of it that's just worrying me.
Well, I also seen him. I'm pretty sure I saw him do the up yours finger.
He did 100%
to the crowd.
Yeah.
Now, I think in the past that has been almost 1 week suspension, or at least a big ass fine. So he may have a bit going on there. He may have a lot to answer for.
Cameron Smith said it. It's a brain explosion that could have ramifications.
No Walsh.
No Brisbane. Exactly.
Yeah, it should be huge.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna award this person the most frustrating player in the NRL, because I don't think even the ones we've mentioned before, and we've mentioned some cracking names. The best, most frustrating player, bar none, Nico Hines.
Oh.
What's happened to this guy? This guy went from being one of the most promising players. He was an incredible fullback at the Storm, goes to the Sharks, did some good stuff, was starting to show promise, went into the Blues, shat the bed bad, and has just, he was completely and utterly a bystander last night in that game, and they won. And as I said, the best thing he did was he revved up the crowd after one of the tries, or he jumped on someone's back of their neck after they scored a try. He was shocking.
Do you think you could put any other halfback in that 7 jersey and it wouldn't matter? Because at the moment, do you feel he's being carried by Trindle?
Oh, without 100%? A shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. I think you're right. You could put anyone in that 7 jersey and Sharks will still be where they are.
Because I think right now you've got to say the Sharks are the Sharks because of Brayley.
Yes.
He's been unlocked.
Definitely.
Anil Blake up top.
Yep.
And the fact that they've just got a really solid, set of wingers, set of second rowers, and then you got Trindle just absolutely pulling the strings like a magician. Nico Hines, it's just such a weird fall from grace.
It's kind of like he's kind of like when your mum makes you take your little cousin to play, and really you don't want him there. That's kind of what it's like.
Yeah, so
It's like Braden, date. Don't forget Nico. Come
pass the
on.
ball to Nico.
Yeah.
Pass it to
Yeah.
him.
Are you
Yeah.
sharing? Yeah, that's it.
All he does is just run over there and do a dance and then throw a forward pass. Yeah.
I think you've nailed that. 100% the most frustrating player at the moment. Definitely.
Which is interesting because the next thing we had on our list, which we've kind of already done, is the most underrated players in the finals right now. Are the most underrated players in the final right now? Trindle from the Sharks.
He's good.
He's amazing. Brayley from the Sharks.
He's good.
Better than his brother?
Well, I mean, it depends which parent you ask.
That's true.
Because you know they're going to have favourites.
Yeah, do you reckon? I wonder what that's like.
At Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like Blake's getting the Rolex and his brother's over there with the Seiko.
Well, it might be the other way around. Like, imagine the gifts that they're giving back to their parents because one's about to go up in sponsorships, the other one's coming down on sponsorships.
It's just one of them going, I thought we had a $20 limit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The other two to chuck in there, Sexton, like, I know he looks like he's potentially injured, but as you said, he comes on the field.
7 seconds.
Says to Galvin, this is how you run a football team, and runs straight and just sets up a try almost instantly. Like, it's just
scored the try.
It was that, yeah, exactly. It was just that good.
So that was just 7 seconds of magic.
Who else would you put on that? Underrated players currently in the finals.
100%. I'm probably not underrated, but one name that stood out today in a losing side and I thought was fantastic was Hudson Young. Like, that grubber, he had no right to put that grubber in for that try. That was a kick worthy of any number 7. And in all honesty, if I'm Nico Hines, I'm watching that clip later. I've got a huge fly there.
I just saw that come across your camera.
Jesus
That's amazing.
Christ. I'm just trying to get it. If
Keep
I'm
us updated through the podcast. If you do get the fly, let us know. It's a good point, Hudson Young, because he may now be like getting an incredible hamper from the Penrith Panthers or the Bulldogs.
Yeah, definitely.
We're jumping in there, giving Reece a little bit of a push and shove, and then copping, I think, 2 headbutts in the end from Reece Walsh, potentially 2 headbutts.
2.
It's pretty close to 2. Jeez, I just saw that fly come across the camera. It's a monster.
Oh, fuck, trash the joint.
I've never thought that in our 20 episodes of doing this podcast, the one thing that would bring us down would be a fly.
And it's not a little fly either. This thing's huge. I don't even know where it come from.
If you listen to this podcast, it's you know the best way to describe it. It's like when an eclipse of the sun. Flies flying in front of the camera. You just lose Scotty for a few seconds.
There it is. It's on the screen.
Yeah, well, you can't be
right there.
You can't be hitting that. Because it actually is time for your favorite segment, which I've been absolutely loving at the moment. So it's the NRL headlines. So the next week there are 2 big games, and Scotty's been racking his brain on what's going to happen in the newspaper the following day. What are the news headlines when one of these 2 sides gets up in the following day's paper? So the 2 matches we've got. Oh, yeah. What's up?
No, I was going to say, do you know, I received a bit of feedback during the week on last week's headlines, and it was
always love feedback.
It was all positive. Now I'm at the point where I've got headlines for next weekend's game, and I just feel like I'm not living up to the hype. I feel like I've peaked. I don't know. Well, I'll throw them at you. I'll tell you what I've got, but there's just a part of me that feels like this is just not going to be as good as last week.
Well, I mean, we're always asking for more feedback. So if you could help Scotty out and send through some headlines, like you'll know that we'll do this segment again on next podcast. So whoever's playing the Storm and whoever's playing the Broncos, help Scotty out and just send through a couple of cheeky DMs on what you think some headlines are, and just help him out for next week. Because if you do a Raiders and shit the bed after coming in as a minor premier, that's crazy. All right, so the first one. We believe it's a Saturday night game because NRL.com has the same game listed twice.
Saturday and Sunday.
But you do believe. Bulldogs versus Panthers in Sydney. What's your headline for those victories?
High five still on. Cleary steers Panthers to familiar territory.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's if they win. If Penrith lose, unfamiliar feeling. Panthers set to miss a grand final.
It's so true, isn't it?
Yep.
It's like, yeah.
So
The last time we saw this, there was a full eclipse of the sun. Like, it's such a long time ago.
If the doggies lose,
yep,
short and sweet, Belmore riots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If the doggies win, Belmore riots.
It's so true. Yeah.
So we've got those
that's
ones.
so accurate. That's so accurate.
You know what? Actually, I got all caught up in a headline for the Broncos and Storm having a week off that I haven't even picked a headline to focus on the Raiders if they've lost. I've just got a headline for the Raiders if they win, and one for the Sharks. So we'll go the Sharks.
Well, look, it makes sense. Maybe
true.
Maybe you've already seen into the future, because I know your tips are always seeing into the future. So you must have a key to the other side.
And this Sharkies headline only came after apparently there was a huge brawl after the game.
By the players?
No, in the crowd. Yeah, massive.
That's amazing.
Yeah, massive. A fight between NRL fans during the Sharks versus Roosters. Police to investigate. Yeah.
Wow.
So, if the Sharks win, the Shire brawls. Sharks stun season form team. Now, my Raiders headline is coming on an actual individual, because I do feel like Ethan Strange is going to come out and have an absolute blinder.
Yeah.
So the headline the next morning is going to be, how strange. Raiders young gun dominates in brilliant bounce back win.
Yeah. I would love to see that. I mean, that's going to be one of those great games again that you're a Manly fan, I'm a Knights fan. I think every game, every year is this way. But to get to watch as a neutral.
Oh, definitely.
There's this weird hatred between the Sharks and the Raiders because of, I go back to Michael Ennis doing the Viking clap in front of their crowd as a Bulldog. Sorry, as a Shark. As a Shark. You think, oh, wow, that could be quite an interesting game because if the Sharks turn up like they did like this weekend, then that's game on, because I think the Raiders are going to be a little bit rattled. Like, they've just lost at home. They were hoping for the week off, and now this is one of those games where it could go either way.
Exactly. So I have come up with a headline for both Storm and Broncos, because they've got a week off. They're still going to get media attention. And the Broncos one comes back from what we just spoke about, Reece Walsh and his headbutt. Broncos get head start on prep, sweating on Walsh outcome. Actually, could have even come up with something along the lines of flipped off or something. And the Storm, their headline for their week off is Pezzett sacrificed as forearm transplant lined up for Hughes. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I would have also accepted Nelson sacrificed for a grafting because they're like, sorry, mate, you're you're
play again, will he?
No, he's done. That's what I was saying. So now that he is done and they know he's done, I'm sure they're going to cut off his arm and put his arm on there.
That'd be a massive arm, wouldn't it? You called it the bionic arm.
Could you imagine that? Jerome Hughes comes out with Nelson's arm attached to him.
Just fucking Popeye. Looks like Popeye with one arm.
Who's this guy? Oh, that's Jerome Hughes. That looks like Nelson's tattoos.
So they are my headlines. But like you said, if anyone's got anything, send them my way, because any help will be appreciated.
Yeah. All right. So we've got some big weeks to catch up on in the next some big games to catch up on over the next week while we get ready for these huge prelim finals. Like, it's massive. It's going to be so much fun to watch next weekend. Don't forget Sunday night's Talking Sport Report podcast on the record. So,
boom,
we have to go through our can't win the comp. Last week we did these four sides can't win the comp. So I just want to do a little bit of a check-in, because we said Storm can't win the comp.
Yep.
We said the Dogs can't win the comp. We said the Sharks can't win the comp. And we said the Warriors can't win the comp.
Warriors got the participation award. That was always going to happen.
Yeah, we got that right. So is the Meatloaf song 1 out of 4 ain't bad?
That's good. No, you know what? I'll take from that. I still think the Bulldogs deserve to be there.
Oh, they're on life support, aren't they?
Yes, definitely.
Like, quite literally, they're half their team is literally in the casualty ward.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple of iron lungs on their way to Belmore as we speak. And I really feel like you called it. The Sharks, I think, played their grand final last week. They are going to come up against a fired-up Canberra side that want to bounce back.
Well, Canberra just can't win the minor premiership and go out in straight sets.
No, definitely not. Definitely
and then
not.
I think the biggest one was the Storm. Like the Storm, if we're talking about Jerome Hughes getting a bionicle arm, you get him back and Paps back, and next minute they're 80 minutes away from the grand final. And to be quite fair, they haven't played the best football, and yet they're still like where they are.
Yep.
So they're only going to get better. That's the scariest part.
That is the concern.
There's a really good chance in 3 weeks' time they're holding up the NRL trophy, and they're actually on the dais quoting "fuck you, Talking Sport Report." I mean, it's a possibility. It is a possibility. It's not one I'll be proud of.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Any publicity is good publicity, I'd say.
Bingo.
So I guess we're still confident we've got that right. So if we were to say, all right, we think the Storm are one we got wrong, would you swap it for anybody? So we keep the Dogs, we keep the Sharks, we got the Warriors right. Of the remaining teams there, who do you think is the most shaky to take the Storm's spot in they can't win the NRL Grand Final this year?
I honestly, with the 6 teams that are remaining, do you know who I will put in there? This will be controversial, but there is a reason for it.
Yep.
Brisbane.
Wow.
Because, and hear me out, I cannot see a world where Madge does not rush Reynolds straight back into that side. And they have been sensational without him. I feel Madge rushes Reynolds back. As soon as he's clear, he comes in, and I feel it just changes everything. It changes the dynamic of the team, and I think they go out in that fixture.
Can I also counter that? And I hate to counter this because the Broncos can boil my blood a bit. But if anyone's going to come back and just fit in their spot, it's probably Reynolds. And as much as Hunt's been good, Hunt has also been okay at times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't been incredible. He's been solid. It's been the Reece Walsh show.
Oh, definitely.
So you go, Reynolds comes in and maybe he just strengthens the 7.
I do worry that it's going to take a little bit off Walsh's game. At the moment, Walsh seems to be calling the shots, running the plays. Like you said, went off for 10 minutes and they just went to shit.
Yeah.
I feel Reynolds comes back and it just takes a little bit away from Walsh. And then all of a sudden, Walsh isn't the most important person out there. He's not calling the shots. He's not running the show.
Yeah.
That could change the dynamic of the side. And that's, to me, it's the only reason I'm putting him in there. If Walsh was done for the season, not Walsh, if Reynolds was done for the season, they wouldn't be taking that spot, in my opinion.
I'm doubling down. Fuck the Storm. Can't win the grand final. Not a chance in bloody hell.
Oh, shit.
You watch in 2 weeks' time, they'll go out and win by 50.
That's fantastic. Wow. Yeah, you're right. They'll lift the trophy and it'll be a fuck you Talking Sport report.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
that's okay.
I'll take that. Yeah. That's good.
One thing you got to learn, Scotty, is you can make some bad calls in your life, but one thing you got to do is you got to stick by your guns.
Yeah, I agree.
We shot our guns. We got hit, and we're going down with the ship.
I'm all for it.
We're sticking solid. We're sticking solid. One final NRL point before we move into our draft format of the team of the year and see who can pick the best team of the rugby league season of all the clubs is, hypothetically, these 4 terrible-looking teams, who would you rather be right now? The Newcastle Knights, the Titans, the Dragons, or the Perth Bears?
Fuck, no one wants to be the Dragons.
Yeah. And does part of you want to be the Bears so you haven't got to worry about next season? You're just picking your team. You haven't actually got to play any games next year. You can't.
Titans look like a sinking ship. Everyone wants out.
But they do get a new coach.
Yes, that's true. That is true. But
And they do have Sattler coming in as a GM. So maybe they're turning the ship around, but
could
that could
be.
take some time. And they haven't got a bad team when you think about it.
Well, that's the problem. They don't have a bad team, but part of that bad team wants out.
And part of that bad team, funny enough, wants to go to Perth.
Well, yeah. And do you know what? Individually, I think they're good players. Knights, on a positive, they've got some big names coming in. Them too are looking at a new coach. But yeah, to be honest with you, I think you're right. Out of those four, I'd rather be the Bears for the simple fact next season is a write-off, but it's like FIFA career mode. They are going in there with all this money and they get to build a team from scratch. Now, I know we've recently seen something similar with the Dolphins, who are yet to taste finals, but I feel like they've got a good coach in place that is going to go out. He's going to go for the players he wants. He's going to put in the hard yards to get them. I would love right now to be in the situation the Bears are in. If Manly done a full clean out and had absolutely no one left and all that money, I'd be stoked.
What do you mean?
I'd be stoked. Well,
day after you guys played your final game of the season, you sacked 9 players.
Yeah,
so I think you did the Bears. You did a good impersonation. And you got a new signing today. You've got Kobe from
Hetherington.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Who's a good signing.
Watched him more intently today. He almost crashed over, actually.
Yeah, I bet you had quite the rigor mortis. Now, I mean, for my side, I think the Knights, it's going to, even though we look like we're going to probably sign Sandon Smith, which is kind of cool.
Signing.
It'd be a great signing for the Knights if they land him. The rumor is that they've pretty much locked him in on a 4-year deal, which would be huge for the Knights.
Yeah.
But what I keep forgetting, and I think the Knights must be keep forgetting, is you need to fill out the rest of your football team. You can't just have 45 hookers, 7 to 9. You know what I mean?
Watch them.
Where there's like, what's Sandon Smith going to play in the front row? Like, I feel like we're just going to keep adding 6s and 7s, which is fine, I guess, if you want to play that kind of football.
You know what I'm expecting to see first thing tomorrow morning? Cherry Evans finds new home. Newcastle.
Yeah.
Straight
That's
in.
it. Fogarty backflips on Manly. He's going to the Knights.
Don't
going there to play
even
centre.
say that. He's going to play centre.
I think I'd want to be the Dragons. The reason why I say that is the Knights are going to be dwelling at the bottom for a little while they rebuild. The Titans, oh God, who'd want to go there at the point where they are at the moment? That's going to be a bit of work getting that.
The one draw card to that, though, is it's the Gold Coast.
That's true. That is true.
But
the bad part about that is it's the rugby league team on the Gold Coast.
It's Gold Coast.
Yeah. So I wouldn't want to be the Titans. I don't think I'd want to be the Bears because I've seen how well the Dolphins have done it. And I just go, I don't know if they're going to be able to replicate that again. And they might get Munster. But the hardest part is you want to get players to go to Redcliffe. Okay, that was hard enough. And that's a beautiful part of the world. Cool. Hey, NRL player, come and fly to the other side of, basically go to Bali, which is great. And it's a beautiful place to live. But every week, take a 6-hour flight.
Oh, think of the frequent flyers, though. You'd be racking those pricks up.
Absolutely.
It's one positive.
There's only a couple of business class seats. So everyone else is down the back and Big Mal's up the top, no doubt.
Definitely.
He's got his legs up.
Yeah.
So I think the Dragons, they probably should have made the 8 the way they played the back end of that year. They've got a good side. They're just going to get more consistent. So I guess if you have to write one of these bad ships, I'd probably just take the Dragons.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, no one wants to be the Dragons.
No one does.
Dragons don't even want to be the Dragons.
It's true.
Jesus.
But when you got to pick between the Knights, the Titans, the Bears, and the Dragons, all of a sudden the Dragons become the Raiders.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
All right, so let's get into this draft. So the rules of the game are we're picking 1 through 13. And what we're going to do is basically you can pick any player in the comp. It's the best players of the year. So we want to pick people who have been really, really solid this year.
In our opinion.
In our opinion. Like, who are the best players in the league who deserve these spots? So the rules are we go 1 for 1.
Yep.
So if I go first, then you go first the next time. But you get to pick any position on the field. So if you want to go straight for that 9 or that 7 that you want, or who you think's more important for your side, you can jump on them straight away. So I'm going to let you take us next off.
Fuck, I was going to let you kick it off.
And where are you going to go? Which position are you targeting straight up for us?
I think the basis of a good team, you can't go past a good hooker. I'm going to take Harry Grant. Only because I do like Harry. I do.
Well, as I said before, I think right now he has to be the best player in the game.
Yes, I agree. I do.
Yeah.
It
makes an easy choice for me because I think there's two great hookers right now, and that's Brayley.
Yes, definitely.
So I think that's an easier one for me to do.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go the most obvious next one. I'm going to take Cleary at 7.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I still don't think you can make a wrong decision with the halfbacks you've got, but if you've got any side where you've got Nathan Cleary, and if you've got Harry Grant, I've got to have the next best player in Cleary.
I like that. I do.
So who's your 7?
I am going for Isaiah Katoa.
Oh, that's a bold one. I like that though.
Yeah. Young, and I thought, well, you know what? Why not? For the simple fact that doing a little bit of reading, he's 21, involved in 23 try assists, 24 line break assists. So I'm going to take him as my 7. And then I'm going to partner him up with Ethan Strange.
Very, very good. Hang on a
Which
minute.
means that it's just in.
You can't do
So
that.
now you're up.
There was no. You bastard. Tell you what, you do have a very young 6 and 7, but that's really, really fucking annoying.
They're on 10-year deals.
I will take Munster.
Yeah, definitely. Good call. Because
it's one of those ones where you go.
They were both names I had. But I feel like this is where it's going to get interesting because we have a variety of players now moving out of the 6, 7, and 9.
Yep. I'm going to say also really, really tough one to leave out, but would be Moses for the 7.
Oh, yeah,
you know
definitely.
I mean? So the fact that he didn't make 7, but yeah.
He plays all year, they make the 8.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to go to the next, I reckon, one of the most important positions that you can't underestimate, and that's lock forward. I'm going to pick Yo.
Oh, I did not see you going there.
Yeah,
all right.
You know why? The lock forward is so hard to pick this year.
Wow.
There are so many good lock forwards out there, but one thing I noticed was they're like the ones like Yo where he basically makes the Panthers as good as they are alongside Cleary. I think he's phenomenal. So I put him straight in your team. He's like one of the first picks when you think about it.
That's actually good. I don't mind that. All right. Well, I'm going Aaron Clark.
Oh.
Warriors. 833 tackles and 64 tackle busts. Straight in there.
Played out of his skin this year. Played out of his skin. That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick at all.
Absolutely. So I'm taking him for my 13.
Right.
And then... Shit. I think I'm going to save my backs. I'm going to go Payne Haas in a prop position.
I had a feeling you're going to do something like this because, like, again, that guy is phenomenal, and one of those great players that you just have to pick like early. I'm going to go based off today because I thought today he was phenomenal as well. Is Tarpany?
Yeah, he was my other name
Tarpany
as well.
Raiders.
Yep.
What's that?
He was my other name that I had written down.
Yeah. He's a good he's a good forward. He is just one of those guys where he just hits up all game and just those sort of hit ups where impact meters where he hits the defense and then still carries them 2 and 3 meters afterwards, like just a machine of a man.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go to the fullback position.
Ooh.
I don't think we really need. No, I'm actually changing it up. I'm going 5. No.
Here we go. Here we go.
What do you possibly think? No, what can he do? Baby.
I knew it because if you
a fullback, but I thought, hang on a minute, what am I doing here? If you have a Nawaka Nitawaza in your team, you got the best team in the comp no matter what.
That's good.
So who you putting on your wing?
Brian Tio'o.
Yeah.
Going Tio'o.
bloody good. Scoring,
So-
he scored a beautiful, basically intercept try on the weekend to lock up the game for them.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go the 8.
Yep, other forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna go James Fisher Harris.
Oh yeah, has been good this year, but it's kind of funny, isn't it? Like off the back of not being at the Panthers anymore, has sort of dropped out of the conversation.
Well, I mean, you don't hold the record for fastest NRL try ever and not be
that's true.
decent. So even if it was a complete brain fuck up, I'm taking James Fisher Harris. Who you got?
I've got to say, really, really tough one to leave out is Fanua Blake because he's been phenomenal this year. But I'm going to go Leota.
Ooh,
because I just think he is just such a great forward, and he was brilliant in that game on the weekend as well. So I'm going to go Leota.
That's a very good call.
Which means we're now going to the second row.
Oh, okay.
Second rower next. So let's go the 11s. And I'm going to put in, I think, the most informed second rower, and that's Katoa.
You fucking asshole.
Katoa for the Storm has been just a game changer for them. I just don't know how they continue to do it.
They just continue to drag people into
they continue to drag people into their side where you're like, oh my God, is this not the best second rower in the game by a long way right now? He is just unbelievable. So the Storm's Katoa.
All right, well, I'm going to go Hudson Young.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
which then I'm going to put in beside him Angus Crichton.
Ooh. Okay. That makes it an easy one for me. So for me, chuck in Liam Martin.
Oh, yeah. See, I was going to go Liam Martin, but he hasn't been mentioned as much. My other name I'd written down was Jacob Preston.
Yeah, he's been good too, but I just go Martin. Like, think about the Origin. That's what I went back to. Origin, he was just awesome in Origin.
That's a good point.
Absolutely loved him in Origin.
I'm just looking at this and remember we're doing Team of the Year. I've just looked at some of these names and I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? More around the centres.
I'm totally fine with it. So I'm going to continue on this way. I'm going to put Walsh in at fullback.
Yeah, it's a good call. I'm going to go Teddy.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, after watching him on the weekend, Kyle Weeks has been great, but Teddy is just so consistent.
Whispers Teddy might win the Dally M.
Yeah. It's almost, I think he's very, very much a favourite right now.
Yeah.
All right, where are you going to next?
All right, I think we might knock off the other winger, and I'm actually going to go with Addo Carr. You don't finish that high in the try-scoring list and not be in some form of contention.
Yep. Which is good for me because I'm going to put Coates in my wing position.
It's a good call.
And lock that in. In the centre one, unfortunately, he is injured, but I'm going to put in Stevie Crichton.
Crack
a year.
I'm moving well away from the top 8. I'm actually going to throw in young Tolu Kola from Manly.
Bit of home ground advantage.
Only for the fact, same as Addo Carr, he was up there for tries and has just won Manly's Player of the Year. I think that kid's got speed to burn, brilliant young footballer, and I think he goes to a better club. He's got a huge future.
Yeah. Now, would it be weird in my other centre position to put in Matt Burton? Best centre of the year? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to put in.
But it's my choice.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And we're going to go completely different because I'm going to throw Toya in there. I think Toya's been fantastic. Played rep footy. I think he deserves a crack. And he always scored me points in Supercoach. So
and played well last night
against
the Sharks. He played very, very well, just unlucky. I'm going to go another one that's, I think, kind of forgotten about, but Herbie Farnworth.
Yes, I did look at Herbie. I did. Yeah. Good choice, actually. Now, are we going to throw a bench player in there?
We can if we want. Yeah, who would you want to put in if you want?
Jay, you're up first.
You know what I'd do? This guy. I mean, what are the rules? They have to be kind of a normal bench player, don't they?
Yeah, someone that you're seeing. You know, you might see start for 4 weeks in a row, but they're only doing it because someone's hurt.
I'm going to go one that he does it a lot, and I love the bench player to be my utility player who can cover everywhere, and I'm going to go Connor Watson.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
He's just one of those guys that just can fill in his spot, and I know he started a bit this year, but also the other night, come off the bench, so I think he's a good bench player.
Good call.
What do you got?
Wishart.
Yo, that's actually the best pick.
It was never in doubt.
That's a great. I was wondering why you were so keen to get this bench player in. Oh, he's so hard on it. Wishart. I'm thinking he's getting fired up for Wishart every week.
He's just brilliant. He could go to a number of sides and just completely fit in and just take control.
Well, he came on so late the other night and then just made instant impact the second he comes on.
Brilliant.
And basically seals the win for the Storm in a lot of ways. So let's go through Scotty's team. So Scotty's team of the year is Teddy, Addo-Carr, Collar, Toya, To'o, Strange, and Katoa in the halves. You got your front rowers in Haas and Fisher Harris. Good front rowers. Harry Grant. And you got Young and Crichton, and that's Angus Crichton in the second row. Yeah. And you've got Clark at lock, and your bench player is Wishart. For me, I've got Walsh, Coates, Stephen Crichton, Farnworth, Nawakanita-Waze, Munster and Cleary, Tarpany, Brayley, Leota, Katoa, Martin, and Yo with Connor Watson on my bench. I mean, I don't want to say it, but I think my team would spank your team. I just said it.
I think you're right. Got it. I got it.
Oh, you got the fly?
I got it.
Oh, good
thing weighs 12 kilos.
Well, we know what the Hughes family's eating tomorrow night.
Your team would absolutely destroy mine. I think I take out last week's, but I think you bounce back this week and you level the series 1-1.
1-1. And then who would you have as your coach? Who's been the best coach of the year, you think?
Shit. It's got to be Ricky.
So you got to take Ricky?
I feel, yeah.
And I'll take Bellyache. I don't think that's a bad thing. You probably just have to say that the coach of the year would have to be Ricky for his service to Canberra getting the minor premiership.
I mean, you could take Seabold if you wanted.
Oh,
Jesus.
Thinking more like Adam O'Brien. Hey, speaking of coaches, good segue. Your favourite coach is back. We're going to touch on some quick EPL news before we move to the comment club.
Here we go.
Postecoglou has landed back in the EPL. What a fantastic opening round for him. So he lands back through the week.
Yeah,
What's
Notts Forest.
What were your initial emotions?
Oh, dead set. Just off it, 100% off it. Like, right. I don't know, there's just so much media cocksucking. It's ridiculous. I'm just not a fan. Full stop. It's good to see he started how he finished with Spurs with a loss. I mean, yes, all right, he did win silverware in Europe in the EPL though. Some fantastic chants from the Arsenal supporters in that game. You're just Tottenham in disguise. And you're getting sacked in the morning. So welcome back, champion. Hope you settle in well.
It was 3-0, right?
3-0 it was.
Arsenal beating them. Yeah.
But look, I can't say too much. Like, 4 games have been played and the only team in the top flight of English football, the lower leagues that haven't scored a goal is Aston Villa. So, yeah, England's top 7 divisions and the only team to not score. Jimmy even messaged me this morning, said, hey, do you think Aston Villa's any chance of troubling the scorers? I'm off it, just quietly, just a little bit off it. But Manchester Derby on overnight. It kicks off at 1:30 in the morning, but in just over an hour, Burnley host Liverpool. So I've actually gone a Liverpool Man City win tonight.
Oh.
Not that I'm putting money on it.
Well, we'll soon find out. We've got coming up.
Bingo.
First, we've got to do our beautiful comment club.
Bingo.
It's time for Comment Club. Normally, I ignore all the comments. I get a lot of them. I've got to get paid for this crap.
This is the part of the show where we shout out anyone who has left a comment on our social media, dropped us a DM or a cheeky email, talkingsportreport@gmail. talkingsportreport@gmail.com. So this week, we got a fantastic DM by a man called Chad Stace, and he highlighted a brilliant video on social media that he wanted us to play. It's basically all these unique names of different golf shots.
Wow.
Now, you would think that a golfing, video, you would need to see the golf shots, but you don't really need to because they're all very, very unique names. So I'm going to play the audio for you here.
Mm-hmm.
These are all the unique names that you can get in golf.
What is a Lieutenant Dan?
Doesn't quite have the legs.
The stepsister.
Probably shouldn't be up there, but it is.
The Danny DeVito?
Nasty little 4-footer.
Yeah, super nasty. The Magic Johnson.
Take your medicine and live another day.
The Fidel Castro?
It's when a putt falls just short of the hole. It just needed another revolution.
Old Man Pajamas.
One ball's left
The
out.
Princess Diana.
Shouldn't have used the driver.
What about the Grace Kelly?
Should have used the driver.
The condom shot.
It worked, but it didn't feel good.
The son-in-law.
You were doubtful about it, but it turned out okay.
The Hitler.
2 shots in a bunker.
There's a couple more to go. You're doing well. The MH370.
Looked good in the air, but then you couldn't find
The
it.
pizza.
More than 8 slices.
And just to finish off, your suggestions, please.
Oh, so good. Thank you, Chad.
So
for that through.
good. All right,
What was your
question.
favourite one?
That's what I was about to ask you. I like Stepsister.
Yeah.
That was good. And I liked Old Man Pajamas.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, yep.
What about you?
I did find that being a golfer myself, the MH370 was a great one because I've hit plenty of balls I've never found. I feel like that is just an every casual hack golfer is doing plenty of MH370s
Wow.
off the tee. No, that was fantastic. So thank you, Chad Stace, for that fantastic video. Please, if you've got awesome videos or you want us to play, even give us a shout out. We'll give any shout outs on the show in the podcast. Drop us a DM on our @TalkingSportReport on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We've got one more other one here before. I know you've got one too, Scotty, but I thought this was a cracking send from a young James Hay. And he writes, support local. For people watching along, that's basically his dog, his son and his dog, and they've got the Talking Sport Report sticker. And Scotty, you know the story pretty well.
He's messaged me on Saturday morning, and his wife Jen, lovely woman, from across the Dutch, from the Zeeland.
Hi, Jen.
Shout out to Jen. She's absolutely blowing up because their young bloke has chucked the Talking Sport Report sticker on her expensive drink bottle.
Yeah.
So it's not just the fact that he's thrown a sticker on there, but her response to it was great. Now, every time I have a drink, I've got to look at fucking Scotty's head. And I have said to Jimmy, I've got more stickers if you need them, mate. If she's got drink bottles, we've got stickers.
That's right.
That was fantastic.
But I think you took it too far when you said you can put them on any one of your sex toys.
Who wouldn't want our head on it? Come on.
The best part for Jen is it is a cartoon. And
of course.
You look badass in that sticker.
Far out. I tell you that, there's worse things that could have been in, on, or around that drink bottle. She's just lucky it was a sticker.
Yeah, that's so true.
But
I did like Jimmy. He did say support local. So yes,
definitely
support local.
Big supporter. Always a shout out to Jimmy.
We still have some great stickers sitting in your basement. So if anyone does want a Talking Sport Report sticker, drop us a DM through the week. Leave us a funny comment. We'll read it out. We'll give you a sticker next week on the show for episode number 21. Have you got any other comment, Clive?
I just woke up to a message on Saturday morning from Nev. We went to school with Nev, Shane.
Yeah.
Shune. He decided to take a little bit of inspiration from us, and he's chucked a multi on Friday night's game, Melbourne versus Canterbury. Now, he's gone Melbourne to win, which they did, and because of us, well, more me, he's thrown Wishart any time in.
Shit.
Got it at ripper odds, but he has fallen short like I do in all of mine. He had the game tighter and closer. He had under 38.5 points.
Oh,
and that bad boy, 3 legs, that bad boy was paying 50 to 1. So
That's a good bet.
it
Unlucky
was,
Nev.
hey, it was, and it was all because we threw Wishart. How good is he?
Oh,
How good is
don't,
he?
Don't get me started on. You could do a podcast. In fact, I reckon if you ever do another podcast outside of this one, it'll be the Wishart Fan Club.
Wishart.
Any chance you can get. I can't wait for the middle of cricket season where you say, "Oh, he's bowling well," a little bit like Wishart does when he comes off the bench for Melbourne Storm. Any fucking excuse.
Now, off the back of that story, on a losing
We have to talk
multi-
about this, don't we?
Yeah, I've lost.
How did you go?
Again. I've lost again, and you know what? It was. Oh, I thought it was our certainty because we had, actually, what did we have? Doggies with 10.5 start.
10.5. You got that.
So that got up. Then we had Panthers.
That got up.
I had the fucking.
You had the Broncos.
I had the
6.5
Roosters.
start.
Yeah,
That
sorry,
got up.
Roosters. Broncos 6.5 start, but we had the Roosters.
Had the Roosters and probably should have won if they could have converted the field position.
100%. I dead set thought we were a shoo-in. The way they started that game, when the Wakanita Waze went over, I was like, we're on. And there you go.
Basically, what you're telling me, we're now down with another 1,000 coming on. We're down $9,750. We're down $9,750. Can I actually put a request out there for anyone listening to this podcast right now?
What for?
I want a mystery phantom better.
Righto. Done.
And I want someone to message. There's no point messaging me after the tips are happening because I reckon that's crock and anyone can do that.
All right. We want a multi for next weekend.
But next week. So on next week's show, I want a phantom mystery. So do not message Scotty. Message me and come through the DMs because I'll be handling all the DMs. Scotty still's trying to work out how to log in. So that's you're safe by doing that. So chuck in a random multi. I reckon it's got to be at least 3 legs.
Yes.
Max 4 because we wanted to be achievable. But I would like to bring a mystery better in and see who wins first. You or the mystery better.
So my question is, will this be a multi around the Raiders, Sharks, Dogs, Panthers game? So you'll know the outcome by this time next Sunday night.
Maybe.
Okay.
Or if you want to, if you hear this podcast late and you want to do the following week to take you on the next bet, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
But what is your bet for this week? You may blow them out of the water by winning right now.
I'm at the point where we just need to start building. So I'm going Raiders to win, Penrith to win. That's it. $2.20, 1,000 on it, 2,200 return. Just to cut a little bit out of that 9. I don't want to get the 10,000 lost.
So 2,200 return.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and if by some divine miracle the Sharks or the Doggies win, then we've just cracked 10 grand. Well, we technically have anyway.
Yeah.
That bet puts us at what, 10,700?
No.
No.
This bet now is 9,700.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
you're good. I've been adding the 1,000 each week before you take the bet. So
right, okay.
You're paying the Perryman straight up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's good. All right. So 1,000 on the line. Raiders to win, Panthers to win. What could possibly go wrong? Scotty, that is the end of episode number 20 of the Talking Sport Report.
20
done in the can.
Who knows? We may have something special lined up for 21. Who knows? Not a milestone, but there may be something happening. Who knows?
Yeah, you don't want to put the mocker on it because it is a very special episode 21. Can we just say that off the bat? It is a very special episode 21, and we're going to celebrate it in style.
Yes.
So, and we would definitely encourage, if you do listen to this podcast normally, highly recommend the next time you listen to this podcast, do it on YouTube and watch it, or on Spotify podcasts and watch it through there as well. So the episode 21 is a bit of a special one, and I can't wait for that one next Sunday night.
Looking forward.
Until then, please, if you do get a chance, give us a 5-star review in whichever app you're listening to this podcast on. It would mean the absolute world to us. Jump on, give us a follow on our Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube channels at Talking Sport Report. And don't forget, it's talking with a G, not talking. It's Talking Sport Report. The same I'd hate for someone to go, yeah, I always check and just can't find them. It's like, did you put the G on?
Talking. It's the Talking.
Yeah, Talking Sport Report. Our email account is talkingsportreport@gmail.com. Drop us a line anytime you'd like. And until next week on our very special episode 21, peace, love, dove. We'll see you all next week.